Welcome back to Studio 10.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Scammers always trying to get us through the internet, our phones, credit cards. They're always looking for unsuspecting victims, and that's why we have to stay on top of our game. So we asked David Smitherman, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Central and South Alabama, to come in and let us know what to look out for and how to protect ourselves. So we want to know all of this information. I know there are a lot of scams out there. They're always trying to get their hands on our money, but the scam of the year, the Affordable Health Care Act scam. What is this one all about?
Well, first of all, happy Mardi Gras.
Well, happy
all the
Mardi Gras.
viewers. It's a great time to be in Mobile. But the Affordable Health Care scam, you know, when you have a new law like this that nobody understands, it's very confusing, it opens the door for scammers to come in and use a variety of ways to get into your pocketbook. So we have reports, we have consumers calling into our offices, people knocking on their doors, saying they're with the government, saying they have to have your Medicare card or they have to have some sort of credit card to get you signed up. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. That's not how you sign up for the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare.
Right.
So we're talking about the same thing. But just the confusion opens up the door for a lot of scammers.
Absolutely. Just like you mentioned, we don't know a lot about it right now. That's not the only health care scam going on right now.
You know, the free medical alert scam, you know, the things you wear around your neck and you press, I fall in and I can't get up.
Yep.
You know, that scam is going around, and we're seeing that here in Southwest Alabama as well. People calling you saying that you get a free medical alert because a family member has already paid for it for you. But, oh, by the way, we still need your credit card numbers. And, oh, by the way, we still need other personal information. Two things can happen. Your identity can be stolen by giving away that sort of information, as well as unauthorized charges showing up on your credit card statements, and that's exactly what's happening.
And these scam artists can get their hands on all kinds of information, including your phone number. So something else is happening that stuck out to me as far as the list of scams, text messages coming from what looks like your bank, and they're trying to get information from you that way, trying to steal your money.
You know, whether it's coming via text or email, we all have seen these sorts of communiques that pretend to be from your bank saying, we need to verify your information. We need to check your account. Please give us your account number. Please give us your ID code, none of which is legitimate. I mean, your bank is not going to send you a text saying, we need your information, because they already have your information.
Right.
So if you receive something like that, if you have a question about it, open up the phone book, call the bank, call the credit card company direct, not with a number that they may have given you in the text or the email, but from a number you know is legitimate. If you click on those links, it can download malware onto your computer, onto your phone, where it can search through your computer or phone and pull out any personal information you may have stored on your computer. So don't click on the links, and certainly don't reply to them.
Now, this is one that really stuck out to me. Okay, say you answer the phone, and on the caller ID it shows up Sheriff's Department. When you answer the phone, it says, hey, this is so-and-so from the Sheriff's Department. There's a warrant out for your arrest. What do? I mean, if it's me, my mind is going to be jumbled everywhere going, okay, what is this about? What did I do? Did something happen? Was I involved in something without knowing? And that's what scammers want. They want to cause that confusion.
Right.
This is a scam that's going on now. They're doing this.
You know, and that'll scare you to death.
Yes.
To have someone, and it says on caller ID, it's coming from the local sheriff or local law enforcement. But scammers now have gotten so sophisticated that they can manipulate what's showing up in your caller ID. So it comes across as coming from the Sheriff's Department or your local law enforcement, telling you you're going to be arrested, there's a warrant out, unless you give them money. And they won't take a check and they won't take a credit card. Guess what? They want you to wire money to them or go to the store and get one of those prepaid debit type cards where you put and call them and give them the numbers off of that card. Well, the police department is not going to do that. So anytime you get a call from someone, you don't know who it is, and they're asking you to wire money or go buy one of those prepaid debit cards, that is a huge red flag. You absolutely don't want to respond to something like that. What you need to do is hang up.
So at this point, it can be really scary, like I mentioned, especially this one, and I'm bringing this one out because when you're dealing with law enforcement, you don't want to disrespect them, and you don't want to hang up. But you said in any case, hang up, call back, doesn't matter, period?
Well, The police are not going to tell you to
wire
wire them money.
Okay, so that's the key word,
But-
if they want wiring money.
Or buying those prepaid credit cards or debit cards like you can get at Walmart, for instance.
Okay.
The police are not going to ask you to do that. But if you have a question, hang up, look up the phone number, and call your local police department to make sure.
Just don't want to hang up and then have a sheriff's deputy knocking at my
Show up
door
at
to
your door.
arrest me. Right, exactly. We'll also want to talk about this. There was also a big merger. Central and South Alabama Better Business Bureaus, two different organizations, and now you guys have merged as one. And that's, as I mentioned, you're the CEO. What does this mean for consumers?
Well, it happened at the end of January that the Central and South bureaus did merge into one, and what it means for consumers in this area and for businesses is now part of a much larger organization who can provide far more specialists to help with ad review claims and investigations and consumer complaints. There's a lot more people on the ground. We can bring more programming to this area that you haven't had here before, like arbitration hearings and mediation hearings. We also can bring special programs through our BBB Educational Foundation. So we're delighted to be here, and we think it's going to be a great opportunity for the business community and for consumers.
Good for us all around.
All around.
Okay, so obviously there are more scams you do need to be aware of, but unfortunately we're running out of time, so we'll make sure that we have those on our Studio 10 page on fox10tv.com. If you suspect someone is trying to scam you, probably want to call the police, and also the Better Business Bureau out there to help us. Again, thank you so much for coming on, sharing such valuable information with us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.